Okay. Hello. So this is what I think my second video or whatever. But I have been called to share my story. Um Starting back from when I was like 14. First and foremost, I've been through a lot of shit, right? From '07 to now. Um, and now I'm kind of like awakening or whatever. Like I always wanted to help people or whatever. Um, but I know how it's gonna help people. Cause I had a lot of insecurities within myself. Um, like public speaking wasn't really my thing, but I always had confidence enough to speak my mind. Like I don't know how to bite my tongue or whatever. But yeah. So I've been called to share my story or whatever because it's other like I'm grown now, but just because you've been through something and you made it through it doesn't mean that nobody else on this earth is gonna go through it. So for me, I'm the type of person, like even with my siblings, my family, I'm like, if I go through something, I don't mind sharing my experience with you. So you don't have to go through what I went through or at least make the same mistake I made. Like, if I fucked up or whatever, be like, yeah, I fucked up, or I wouldn't suggest you do that. That's the type of person I am. I don't like to see people fail. Like, that's just me. But anyway, so when I was 14, this was in '07, 2 days before Thanksgiving, my stepdad passed in front of me. Um, it was me and my mom or whatever. And I don't know where my other siblings was. But it was just me and my mom. My stepdad came home, and my mama was in the room on the bed, and he went in the room or whatever. And I heard them, they was laughing and playing or whatever. So I went in the room, and no lie, I don't know what they was laughing and joking about, but he was laughing and playing, and she was just, hee and hawing. She was sitting like right here. He was sitting right here. They on the bed. And I was like standing in front of them. I walked in the room or whatever. And they laughing and joking. Um, Probably about 2 or 3 minutes. I'm laughing or whatever. I can't even remember why or whatever. And he it's like he leaned over and then kind of fell over like that, and like his face was in the bed. So me and my mama looking, I'm like, he playing, because we and they playing. So we waiting for him to get up, like, hey. He ain't get up, and like his face was like dead in the bed. So I'm like, he playing. I'm fucking 14. I'm like, yeah, he playing. So my mama, she brushed me. She like, Philip. He rolled over when she pushed him, and it was like, so I look at my mama, and she look at me, and I'm scared as fuck. Like, I'm like, I know he ain't dead. Like, I'm like, he playing. I'm like, he playing too much. Like, get up, get up. He will not move. So I'm like, mama, see if it's heart beating, see if it's heart beating, see if it's heart beating. She ain't, she was too scared. So I was too scared too. I'm like, shit, I mean, he was a big man. He was tall. He was like fucking 6 something, heavy man. Not like that heavy, but like tall and was thick with it. Wasn't no skinny, big man. So she, we realized, I mean, he wasn't fucking breathing. He wasn't moving. So shit, I ran off and called 911. Um, Told my stepdaddy was in the room and he just thought we didn't think he was breathing and he wasn't responding. So they came and I mean it was kind of evident to me what happened, but like I said, I've been optimistic my whole fucking life. So I'm like, he ain't dead, no. He gonna get to the hospital and they gonna get him right. They gonna get him right. Got to the hospital. They pronounced him dead at the hospital. Um, at 14, I didn't. I cried, hurt it because like my dad was in my life. But my mom and my daddy was never together. Like they weren't together once I was born. Like I never seen them live together underneath the same house, type thing. Like they would be around each other for me, but I never got that. I never even got to see how the fuck I made it. It was like that, okay? So, but in the household, my stepdaddy was the man in the house. And like it have been plenty of times where he stopped us from getting our ass beat, stood up for us. Shit, we stayed in a project, so when it came down to bugs and stuff like that, that's who I went to. You know, yeah. My stepdad, he was finna kill that shit. If I was scared or thought someone was under the goddamn bed, I go, Mr. Phillip, it's a monster under my bed. Can you kick him out? And he probably laugh and go up there and lie. He gonna type thing. I trusted him. I loved him. I still love him, and I still trust him. But he literally after he passed, like that was it on that stepdaddy shit, because that was 07. I was 14. Before I turned 15, no, before I turned 16 in 09, my dad passed. But he didn't pass in front of me. Before he passed, I say a year before he passed, he had moved back down home. He had moved back home or whatever. And because where he was living, the city he was living in or whatever is where he met my mom, but that's not where he was from. But but a year before that happened, my mom and my dad used to stay in the same neighborhood, but it was like two different sides. They stayed on two different sides. So of course, like I had a room or whatever at my daddy house, and I would stay over there a lot. I was a daddy's girl, spoiled, fucking rotten. So I was that child that didn't play by her daddy. Like I didn't play that shit because my daddy was old. If he was still alive, he would have been 87, turning 88 this year, I believe. I was born in 34. Yeah, something like that. Anyway, so I grew up having old daddy or whatever. So I used to think that like I had an old spirit or whatever because my daddy was old. But anyway, my daddy was real sick or whatever. They ended up changing his medicine. He used to take probably about 8 pills a day or whatever. But they ended up changing his medicine, blah, 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 whoop, whoop. And it was, it was having a different reaction over him because he had been taking his medicine for fucking years. A long time. Too long for them to change his medicine, how they changed his medicine. So the reaction was he had sugar. I think that's what, when they have to give you like a glucose shot or some shit like that, or when you eat a peppermint or something like that. Anyway, he was having like an episode. Um, he literally tapped into the mindset, the state of mind of a child. Like I walked out my room and I was walking through the living room to get to the kitchen, and Daddy always sat in a recliner. So like it's like you walk through the hallway, you in the living room, right? So in the living room, you got the front door, then you got like the couch right here, you got the long couch right here. Then in the corner, that was Daddy recliner, and then on this wall it was a love seat, and then you walk on through, you in the kitchen. So I walk out as I walk out, I'm looking. I look at my daddy, and he I ain't really recognize him. Like he looked like my daddy, but like I was looking my daddy in his eyes, and that's how I knew something was wrong. So I was like, "The fuck wrong with daddy?" So I'm walking through, and he started throwing shit at me, like rolling napkins. He picked up the napkins. He tossed the napkins at me. Um, Notebook, pick up the notebook, toss the notebook, pen, pick up the notebook, pen. Like whatever he could reach, he threw that shit at me. So as I'm walking through, like I'm looking at him because my daddy had a sense of humor. He joked a lot, but you know what I'm saying. So for me, I'm trying like daddy playing right. I walk through, get to the kitchen, and as I'm looking at him, he's just like he so I call fucking 911 all that blame. I'm like, shit, something wrong with my motherfucking daddy. I don't know what the fuck wrong. In my mind, this is what I'm saying, but when I call him, I'm like, tell him what was going on. Like, I wasn't sure what was wrong with my daddy. He just kind of wasn't himself and just was kind of tripping out. And they asked these questions and stuff, and Ella was like, that's how old he was. I told him how old he was, and I think daddy was like 71, 72, some shit like that. Believe he was, damn, I think he was 70. Shit. Anyway, I don't know. My whole life I used to think my daddy was in his 50s because he always looked like he was in his 50s. But anyway, um, yeah, so they get there and like they gave him a little glucose shot or whatever. Cause I think they say his sugar was too low, and that can cause an individual to go into state of mind of a child or mindset of a child. Some shit like that. I don't know. It's fucking like, I don't even know if I had turned 15 yet. But anyway, so that happened. That was kind of like the beginning of a declining session of his health for me, as I can recall. Because it didn't get better. Like his walk started getting slower and a lot of different changes that I noticed. I had to help out more. I really had to grow the fuck up. Yeah, fast as fuck. But I mean, as far as keeping the house up, doing the laundry, cooking and cleaning, like, yeah. Anyway, so a few months after that, he ended up moving back to his hometown. So my aunt could help him or whatever, help take care of him or whatever. Then he passed or whatever. Like, I was lost as fuck. I was real lost because when my daddy moved, I would call my daddy damn near like every day when I got out of school. I was in the 7th grade when my stepdaddy died. And it was the summer before I went to high school when my daddy died. And I remember this shit like yesterday when my auntie called me. That's the thing, like my whole fucking life, my intuition, like I could sense what the fuck, I could sense the bad news somebody finna tell me before they tell me. Like I think that shit and they literally said. So I'm on the phone with my auntie and she like, um, girl, your daddy gone, girl. And when she was like, girl, we, down south or whatever. When she was like, girl. She was like, girl. When she said it, I don't know, I could pick up a motherfucking energy through the phone. It's been that way my whole life. But when she said, girl, I automatically knew she was finna tell me my daddy had left me. That's how I took my daddy left me. It's like, in my mind, like, my daddy gone. I know she ain't finna say it. She ain't finna say it. Lord, and she said it. And my eyes got full up. And I was, at the time, the girl was my best friend at the time. I used to always be at her house or whatever. And I want to say we was sitting at the table. And when my auntie had said that, I got up. I walked out the door. I walked in a big ass circle. I did. Damn near need a bypass light. And it was dark. I think my best friend, she was my best friend at the time. She had called my mama. And my mama was looking for me. I had called my little boyfriend or whatever at the time. And he was like, hey, damn, man. For me, it was very negative. I didn't like it. But anyway, so I didn't grieve over my father's for years. I didn't know that I wasn't really grieving over them. For my stepdaddy, I was really trying to help my mama, and I was worried about my younger 2 siblings because that was their biological daddy. So for me, I'm focused on everybody but me. And I guess it caused it caused trauma. Ain't no guessing, it caused trauma. I don't know what kind of trauma, but this shit fucked me up for years. I was insecure about a lot of things. I was jealous that people had both parents, whether they was in the same house or not, and married and happy and listen. It was like I dealt with the thought of it, but I didn't deal with the emotional side that came with it. And as a young girl, they really blocked me in my teenage years. Like in high school, I really wasn't me. It felt like a whole chunk of me was like just missing. It felt like I had a whole fucking hole. So I was very rebellious. Um, I didn't really have nobody to talk to. Like I had friends, but I had nobody to understand me. That man was the only man besides God that understood me. You see, what parents you could tell that you fucked up, and they be like, "Well, boo boo, you know you shouldn't have did that." Blah blah whoop whoop. Like that's the kind of bond we had. A lot of people say I look just like my daddy. I'm a female version of my daddy. My daddy was chocolate. And they say I'm the light version. I'm the light skinned girl version of my daddy. All kind of stuff like that. But when he passed, I held tight to the memories we shared. A lot of talks we had, and I didn't even know it at the time, but then I was receiving messages from him then. Um, just on things like one thing that really stuck out to me. My daddy was like, I guess we had got on the topic about boys. I was in elementary school, and we was outside the rooming house. My daddy used to rent out rooms in like a building. And in one of them rooms, he used to sell like uh beer, cigarillos, pickles, honey bun sodas, chips, pickled eggs, pig feet, shit like that. And I don't know, I used to always be with my daddy. I used to spend a lot of time with my daddy. He used to cook on MLK Day, on the tree where all the old men used to be. And where the tree was at, they used to have a parade and shit. I used to be out there collecting the money, all kind of stuff. Like my daddy spoiled me, so he kind of really instilled that drive into me to keep my head in the books. But at the same time, I knew I had to work hard for what I wanted because the person that gave me everything I wanted wasn't here no more. So I knew that, and years later, I mean, I accepted the fact and I kind of made it okay for my mama because for me it was like, damn, I don't know how I would have dealt with my lover dying in front of me type thing. So I guess you could say I made excuses for her, but I don't know. I'm overly fucking understanding. I always understand shit before putting myself first. Not a motto. But anyway, yeah, so never really grieved over those two or whatever. And how I started my grieving process. Um, I don't believe I started grieving until I got old enough. I grieved over time. Like I allowed myself every few months. I allowed myself to break down. Um, then it's like over time, he started coming to me in my dreams on some the shit feel real kind of dream. Like, and every time after he would come during a period, like around the time I need him, like if I'm feeling real depressed or low, or it's just like lost or just like confused. Whenever I was really, really in a bad state, my daddy came to me in my dreams. And I don't know, like the next day, I would always feel rejuvenated. I felt like I had a hug from my daddy. Like I had seen him like it was all a dream that he was alive and shit. I had just seen him yesterday and I call him today and he gonna pick up type thing. Like that's how it felt. Then I started learning that one of the greatest gifts was my daddy transitioning. Um, I don't know, like I always knew he was with me because we was like always I was always with my daddy. Um, I just like knew I felt the warmth, the love. I would feel whole. That's how I knew he was always around me because I would feel whole. I wouldn't feel like he wasn't here. You know what I'm saying? So I would have tantrums and fits because I couldn't physically see him. That shit used to drive me crazy. But once I got old enough, I was driving and I made my first trip. That was where he's from. That's where, he was buried or whatever. That's where his body is. Um, so I started going and I would go to Dollar Tree and buy flowers and little stuff. And I learned the more I talked to him, I don't want to say the easier it got, but the more culpable it got. Like it got more culpable. Um, I ain't even gonna sit up here and be like, oh, it was becoming easily to cope with. I'm not gonna put easily in that shit. I'm going to say it was culpable. um, and my mama had her own thing going on. So once again, like I had to be the adult. Um, I had to pretty much like step in and help raise my younger siblings, a child, help raise my younger siblings. But that's my story. That's what helped made me or whatever. Um, no, that was my baby. Shit, I learned how to be. I semi learned how to be a mama from having to take care of them. I mean, what we gonna eat down to selling my different items to buy food, borrowing money from people to buy food, making sure they get to school, on time, waking them up, making sure their clothes clean and ironed because they wasn't finna go to school stink or wrinkle. I mean, shit, and it was periods of times that happened before she would like come home type thing. So it was constantly things happening in my life to where I could never really grieve or start the grieving process to even start healing from the trauma it caused, because it causes a lot of trauma when a teenager loses a parent that's close to them. Like I live with my mama, yeah, but I would refer to my dad as my primary parent because he was the parent I would go to. Like he was just, I mean, daddy daughter. So, um, writing helped me with it. So it's like for the moms who have children who experience the loss of a parent that they had a strong bond with, right? How you can be there for your child, paying attention. There were certain periods when my mama played a vital part in helping me through it or whatever. Like on my days, like, get on a space, like, allow them to feel how they feel, respect their feelings and emotions. They are people. Um, it would be certain days my mama could look at my eyes and tell something was wrong with me. Some days I should be like, "Ma, leave me alone. I don't want to be bothered." like, bro, like, why you keep, she'll call, why you keep calling me? Like, I began to form a very nasty attitude. Like, you couldn't call my phone 9 o'clock on no Saturday talking about what you doing. First of all, don't call my fucking phone that early. Secondly, you better ask me how I'm doing if you're gonna call me. It's like, I could be a bitch when necessary, but normally I'm a sweetheart or whatever. I be chilling. Um, so those moments help because when she would see it, when she would see it, when I didn't have to vocalize it, when she would see it, she would give me a hug. Like, she give me that, baby, I know you hurting. Let mama try to love on you. Like, I don't know what to say, but get this love I got. You know what I'm saying? And she would just be squeezing and shit. Sometimes it would get annoying. I'd be like, all right, mom, back up. For real, because that shit would annoy me sometimes, because sometimes when I got annoyed like that, it be because naturally I wanted to hug my daddy, not hug. Then I was realizing my daddy passing, that she was kind of making me get closer to her. And I realized I was kind of turning to a mom's girl. I was like, what the fuck? I don't switch sides. I'm gonna forever be a daddy's girl. But it allowed me and her to bond on different levels and stuff like that. Like, we so talking about it too, um, I realized the more I opened myself up to being vulnerable to the fact that that was an issue for me, it made it easier to deal with it. Like, I would get in a real depressing mindset, like, behind thinking about how my daddy not here. I'd be like, a few years before my daddy died, uh, a year, I can't think of the year my nephew died. My nephew died. My sister was trying to, my sister on my daddy's side was trying to cremate him or whatever. And yeah, she was trying to cremate her son or whatever, because he didn't have insurance and she didn't have the money to bury him. And my daddy was like, fuck no. Um, his grandsons were like his sons. He had three grandsons. His grandsons were like his sons because he only had girls. Anyway, um, so uh he sold shit, he liquidated things in layman's terms. He liquidated things and had him a funeral. Uh that was like the first step of my daddy having financial issues, because as far as I can remember, he always had money. So it was that and different things I see. But like, what helped the grieving process for me is my memories and space. Sometimes I ran away. Sometimes I ran the fuck away because I got tired of people. I'm not advising nobody to run away. What I'm saying is, running from the problem only hindered me facing my problem. I didn't have a proper support. That was my support, right? So for me, I started living my life like daddy watching me, what daddy would expect. I ain't trying to disappoint my daddy type thing. And it got difficult each day. It got more difficult each day. Shit. It's still hard. I mean, it's just as hard as it like real talk. I can't even be like the day I find out he died was way worse than all the days I went without him. Fuck no. That shit add up. Like, but anyway, how you can help your child, listen to your child, be patient with your child. A lot of times black people, not on no race shit, but that's just our culture. A lot of times our culture don't seek attention like or professional guidance for our children when they need it. We ain't professionals. Like, ain't none of us read no damn handbook on how to be a parent. So ain't no handbook on grieving. Everybody grieve differently. Um, I started smoking Black and Miles to replace the phone call that I used to have with my daddy when I would call him. When I had issues, when I fell out with my mama or something crazy happened, I used to call my daddy. When I wasn't able to call daddy no more, I had to realize I could just talk to daddy. But it ate me up because I couldn't hear his voice. Like, I think about what he, you know what I'm saying? But it was the physical, the life part that used to drive me crazy because imagine being spoiled, getting everything you want, just, I don't even like to hear no. Like, I don't put people in a position to tell me no because I fucking hate no. Don't fucking tell me no. Who are you to tell me no? Anyway, so coping with not getting what I want, like I threw tantrums. I threw a lot of tantrums. I replaced the phone call with Black and Miles. And then I started drinking. Baby, wasn't even of age. How I was getting it, I didn't look my age. I always looked mature. And I always carry myself like I was older. Then I used to go like, you can't go nobody's store no damn uniform on, asking for illegal shit. Anyway, I made a lot of bad habits. Um, so I started learning how to express myself creatively. In high school, I started doing my own nails. For me, and I used to try to do like little handyman projects, like let the doorknob be loose, like I'm finna come through clutch and fix it, or let some shit fall apart. I'm finna figure it out, or buy something that need to be put together. I got you. I don't even need the instructions type things. Like I'm good with my hands. I know that. So I started doing my own nails. Um, it made me feel closer to my daddy because I was able to express myself. Um, so that's something I indulged in, like doing my own nails. So when I got a little kid from Walmart, doing my own nails, and it made me feel closer to him because when I was a little girl, every Friday, my daddy would pick me up because I spent the weekend with him. Every Friday, my daddy took me to Family Dollar. and I got whatever I wanted. So if that meant I wanted the little fucking life-size doll baby, I got her, or the Barbie dolls with the accessories and the little, I would go in and Family Dollar and just get shit a little kid. Excuse me. Um, Spirit been on my ass about me tapping in and sharing my story. Um, I've been awakened or whatever. I'm a shaman. I read oracle cards. However you want to put it, right? Everybody say it differently. Um, it's being revealed to me a lot of my gifts. I'm a psychic, a medium, and that's why. So me talking to my daddy, was the beginning of me tapping into my mediumship. I ain't even know that shit. Cause I'm like, for me, I'm like, show me talking to my daddy. Like, I was just like, I don't know. I hear him. Shit, fuck it. Yeah. Um, and transitions, like, just because a person passed doesn't mean they actually transition. So, um, my loved ones, it's another one of the things. And it's like, because of seeing my stepdaddy transition, for years it was a sound. For a long time, I beat myself up because I used to be like, well, if you would have had the fucking courage to at least give him CPR, try to do something for, like, I actually blamed myself. Um, Even with my daddy, I was like, but you ain't never been this far away from your daddy this long. How could you let him leave you? You were supposed to take care of him. Like, it was always like, I always beat myself up. Um, keep them busy. Don't keep them busy to where they don't think about it. Like, if it's a boy, if you have a son and your son was close to his dad when his dad passed and his dad worked on vehicles, make it a thing to be like, buy him a car that needs to be fixed up. Let him know, okay, son, get a job. I worry about all your expenses. You just worry about buying the parts that you want to fix this car up, how you want to fix it up. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, encourage them to go to technical college. Like, I went to college. I went to a 4-year university because my daddy was like, keep your head in the books, boy, keep your head in the books. So I went to college, and when shit would get tough and all of that, the third, when it came down to choosing school and this, I let motherfuckers know, look, my daddy said keep my head in these books. I got to study. I got to do this homework. Like, I ain't play. Like, if I dated somebody, if I was in a relationship, like, they knew school came before them. Yeah, they knew it. And not let baby, I ain't playing. Because for me, I know I like nice things. I always desired a luxurious life, right? But for me, it was like, you finna go to school. I have an accounting degree. Guess what? I haven't done anything with it yet. Yet. But for me, it was like, I'm finna get this accounting degree. I hadn't been looking at salaries, and not even just salaries. I had researched the different jobs I can do with it. So I was like, if it's hard for me to get a job in accounting, I could fall underneath human resources, or I could fall underneath management, and, like, yeah. So for me, it was like consistent income. Um then over time, I kind of tapped into other things, but my stepdaddy passing away in front of me makes it easier for me to help my loved ones transition. Um, my father passing away and us having a bond we had and not even allowing that transition to stop it, that made me not afraid to embrace my gift as a medium. Um, a lot of times before shit happened, I sense that I kind of feel it. And it's kind of hard to play crazy, but it's like, depending on what it is, it's a warning for me. Um, I tried to write down a little list or whatever since Spirit been on me. That's why it's titled Answering the Call, okay? Because I'm answering the call to shine my light, okay? Um, ain't no time frame for your child to grieve over that parent, okay? Or if you're not their parent and you're an older sibling or a friend or whoever, they need time. They need time and encourage them to talk to a professional about it. Okay, because what people don't know is the most wealthiest people, they have therapists. They do. They have personal therapists. Yeah. So, and then the thing is, check this out. If your child got insurance, even if it's government, what, Medicaid? I think it's called Medicaid. Even if your child got Medicaid, you can call that number on the back of the card and find your local therapist, professional helper. Okay? Let them know, baby, I don't think you're crazy. Mama know you need some assistance getting through what we're going through. I just don't know how to help you. Or your friend, your partner, whoever, I just don't know how to help you. And because I don't know how to help you, I did some research to figure out how to help you. Um, encourage them. Um, encourage them to go to the site and talk to them. Even though they don't have to go there to talk to them, encourage that. And the crazy thing is, right before I started receiving certain messages, that's what I did. I went to go, I guess you could say, see my daddy. And I don't know, it was kind of weird, kind of awkward or whatever. Um, I went with myself and I didn't stay long. Like, normally I would go and stay a couple of days. I went specifically to clean the site and dress it up. That was it. And that made me feel better. I don't know. It's healing in some kind of form or way. So this was so seeing extraterrestrial shit before my daddy died. After my stepdaddy died, before my daddy died, we had to move because couldn't nobody stand up. So we moved to another side of town. We moved to the west side. We moved to the west side. And I was still dating the same person. The person I was dating was the person I was dating when my daddy passed. So I was dating him. He had other shit going on. Like he vocalized to me that he was thinking about how I want to say this. Uh he was thinking about joining some dark shit. I'm gonna say that. And I'm not a judgmental person. For me, I'm like, okay, everybody probably haven't had experiences like I have to know God is real. I'm his child. Ain't no weapon formed against me shall prosper. I know who I am, type thing, right? He didn't. He had no experience. He never felt that. Like, he thought it was a lie when he used to see people catch the Holy Ghost in church. Um, Not all of them do. And they be doing all the extra shit. Because the spirit can be on you without you doing that, right? Dramatically, how he was expressing his witness. Anyway, and he was my first. The only person I was dealing with. I was taught around this time also in church about sex. Like, you can't just like, oh, don't think about sex in the manner of, oh, only thing I can get from sex is a baby or a STD. You pick up what else somebody else dealing with by having intercourse with them. I trusted him already. He hadn't took the car, right? So yeah, I hadn't already trusted him. So it wasn't a doubt in my mind that I couldn't trust him. So I want to say he left my house on a Saturday night, Friday or Saturday night. Either way to go, it was the weekend. It was a Friday night because he left Saturday morning. Okay. And the motherfucker had got a tattoo on his arm. And like, y'all know how Omarion and Bow Wow face on the cover of that album is like half and half. The motherfucker had a tattoo. He had got a tattoo on his arm. Half of it was the devil. The other half was Jesus' face. Can't make this shit up. Okay. So this is when I realized bitch was laying in bed with the enemy. Or someone who was vulnerable enough. Fuck that. Somebody that a dark entity had attached itself to. So this is when I kind of really found out that I was called here to do some shit. Because what the fuck I seen, first of all, people call it hag, and they be like, the hag ride your back and all this, that, and the third, and all this dumb shit. I don't care what you call it. I'm gonna tell you what it is. What it is you actually being underneath a spiritual attack. So I'm gonna tell you what the fuck I see. I'm gonna tell you what happened, right? This happened to me a few times before I put it into it and was put to it by my angels. Okay. And yeah, I saw. Okay. So I was laying in the bed and what would start triggering it is I was starting to have a lot of bad thoughts. Hold on, I gotta cleanse my energy because I don't like how the fuck I'm feeling. Hold on. So yeah, I was having a lot of I ain't gonna do rosemary. I'm gonna do my white sage, then I'm gonna do my Palo Santo. But yeah, I just I was starting to have like real fucking demonic thoughts. And I say demonic thoughts because it was on some like real evil shit was like flashing before my eyes like I'm not even gonna describe it because I don't wanna give a visual to nobody and open up anything and just leave it there for y'all. I don't wanna do that. So what I'm gonna do is just say that um just know that shit wasn't thoughts that I normally have or anybody with any sense or just like God not finna, you know what I'm saying? God ain't finna plant no thoughts like that in nobody's mind. Like I said, I always knew who God was. I always had a relationship with God. Um, so I could always feel like I don't know. I could feel of discernment. I don't know. I guess I always had a certain level of discernment. When it came down to certain things. Um, but yeah, like I'm just like seeing all kind of evil shit and thinking evil things are due to myself. I never was the type of person that wanted to hurt myself. So I knew they weren't my thoughts. I knew that much. I was young, but I knew them weren't my thoughts. I knew that shit was being forced on me, but I just didn't understand. So it's when you sit and you allow them thoughts to come. Now see, it was trying me. That shit tried me. Like it'll come, give me the thoughts. And if I get up and move around, that shit would get the fuck on. But if I laid down on my phone or whatever, or just laid that period, the thoughts, I would get into the thoughts more and then eventually get up. So, um, let me tell y'all what the fuck started happening. This one time I was laid down, couldn't move, couldn't move. Since my daddy wasn't in the same state, let alone in the house, my stepdaddy wasn't alive. So who first person you call? Your mama. I'm in that bitch. I'm like, I'm screaming. But in reality, it's like I'm moving my mouth and shit, y'all, but nothing was coming the fuck out. It's like I was on mute. It's like that shit was like, give me your throat chakra, bitch. Give me your voice. I couldn't say nothing. I couldn't scream for help. That was the first time I was learning how to go within. I learned how to go within. If you don't know how to go within, you're going to go without more than likely. Without a lot of things, without knowing. Um, so I'm crying, crying, crying. And it's like it lifted up. I want to see that shit happen to me 3 times. The second time I realized I couldn't see nothing. Now, when it was happening, I couldn't see shit. Like, I could see, but nothing was in the room. That's what I mean. Like, it was dark. Like, I didn't see anything. You know what I'm saying? So, um, that shit happened again. I can't move. I can't get up. At this point, I was getting scared. That was it. I think the more afraid you are of it, I feel like that shit feed off your energy. I was scared. I didn't know what the fuck was going on, right? So I'm scared as shit, and I'm trying to scream, but a motherfucker could not scream, and nothing was coming out. No one heard me. I was so afraid. So I started praying. I realized when I was like, in my mind, when I was like, Our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. When I said the prayer the first time, I'm not gonna say it didn't work. I couldn't think of nothing else to say. So I said the prayer again. The third time I said the prayer, I was pissed off because I'm like, this shit's still on me. Say my prayer again. Oh, Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done. Let's get down to the part. I was like, something with the trespassers, and I said something, and I was like, in the name of Jesus, 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 and I started saying Jesus, 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 Jesus in my mind. In my mind, I'm like Jesus, 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 Jesus. Kept saying Jesus' name. Kept saying Jesus' name. Cause in my mind, like how I was feeling like this shit got me fucked up. Get off of me. Get off of me. When I realized by me saying Jesus, how I was saying Jesus, even though it was in my mind, by me saying Jesus, how I was saying Jesus, you know, it's like your child calling you. You gonna come, right? I'm his child. When I call him, he gonna come. He gonna send. If he don't come because of his ranking where he gonna send somebody. Nah, he more than likely was more than what I seen. That was the second time. The second time that shit got the fuck up off me, right? But fear, check this out, fear. It hadn't already instilled fear inside of me. I was scared to lay on my back and go to sleep. I was scared to lay on my stomach and go to sleep. I felt like being on my stomach or on my back was opening me up to it. So I was sleeping on my side, yo. I loved Care Bears. I had an ass of Care Bear pencils. I made crosses out of Care Bears. I made crosses out of Care Bears. Put it on top of my bed. I put it on. I had a side door in my room. I put it on top of the door on my side door. I had a door that connected to the den. I put it on top of that door, and I had a door that connected to the hallway. And I put it on top of that door. I slept with one under my pillow, and I had my Bible under my pillow. Um, some time went by. It happened again. Check this out though. The third time it happened, cause see, all this time it didn't happen was because I was scared. I was avoiding those positions that it happened in. Hand on my back and on my stomach. So I'm real live, not even sleeping how I should be sleeping, cause I'm scared. I'm not like really going to sleep. I'm on some trying to sleep purity type shit because I don't want to open myself up to be attacked again. Like this is in my mind. So That shit happened again. This time, I knew what to do. Instead of me being afraid, I went straight to praying, straight calling Jesus' name. And guess what happened? I'm laying in the bed like this. Can't move nothing. A toe. I can't move nothing. I'm praying. I'm praying. I call Jesus' name. Calling on Jesus. Calling on Jesus. Calling on Jesus. Calling on Jesus. Right? And some say, say it, but tell him where to go. And I'm like, go to hell. Go where you came from. You are not welcome here. I was cursing that shit in my mind. I kid you not, as I'm saying this shit, like, I see like two white auras on the side of me. And it wasn't like no circle aura. It was like, just like, you know, a cast, but it wasn't like that. It was like light though. And I kid you not, I seen like the dark shit. It was like, it didn't even have a shape. Like, these figures didn't have shapes. I can't be like it was a straight line. It was like or like that's it, just like the aura. The two auras. One on this side, one on this side. And it's like they was posted. They was posted like, I don't know if they be like, motherfucker, you got 30 seconds to get up off of. And we finna be on your ass. Cause I kid y'all not. It was there for some seconds. I seen some dark like the dark shit, just like they was still out. They was still posted. I see that shit just started laying there. I ain't try to move because I'm like, what the fuck going on? Like, I wasn't scared of the white light. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I didn't know what the fuck was going on. I'm like, what the fuck? So I tell my mama. My mama said, you better take your ass down the street and tell your grandma. Went down the street. Well, we stayed on the same street at the time. Grandma just stayed like literally. We stayed on opposite ends of the street. So I walked down the street to grandma's house. I'm talking to grandma. And grandma was like, that ain't nothing but the enemy, baby. He trying to stop you. I don't know why. He trying to stop you for something. Or you done got around the wrong somebody. And oh Lord, you done picked up something bad. So I'm like, in middle school. This was before my daddy died. I'm in 8th grade. I don't know what the fuck grandma talking about. Thank God the church I was going to at the time, she was on it. I went, told her what happened. And she let me know straight up, like, you got a calling on your life. There's a calling on your life. Like, God's supposed to be using you for something. I'm like, yeah, God using all of us, right? And it was broken down to me to the extent that the enemy would go to that kind of lets you know like how important your work is, like how important your contribution, you know what I'm saying, is. So um whew, I was prophesied to. How I was prophesied to, and I also had a prophecy myself and saw myself like in the church or something, but it was like I was like helping people. So I didn't know if I was a first lady, if my husband was gonna be, I didn't know. But what God was revealing to me is the amount of people He plans on. He plans on me helping. That's a risk for the ops. So it's like you a baby or whatever, but you ain't off limits. You still a target. The fact that you are fresh where you are, getting ready to find out and know what you finna know, you even worse target than some of these experienced people out here. Cause I was pure. And I was like, God said, what now? He said, do what? He said, go this way. Okay, bet. That's where I'm going in. And I'm still that way. You know what I'm saying? Like, I guess I procrastinated a bit. Because I was worried about things. But fuck that. I was like, a channel? You say a channel? Tell people my business? I'm a Virgo. No one knows my business. Not one person on this earth know all my business. I may scatter small pieces to some people. That's just me. I mean, hey. So it was like, share your stuff. Like, you want me to tell my business? Spirit was like, what we had told you here to do again? What I had been feeling like my whole life, helping people, always want to help people. So it was like, you don't think your story might help somebody? So I was like, well, guess you got a point. So here I am. Anyway, yeah. So that happened, right? And then I learned not to be afraid, right? That shit taught me I ain't got nothing to be afraid of, whether I can see it or not. Okay? Because it was like I called and they answered. They came. They came to my rescue. Because once that shit got the fuck on, they stayed there for a few more seconds. I guess to make sure I was good. And then they did. Yes, I learned. Okay, I'm very fucking sensitive, right? Like I'd be in a room full of people and just be feeling how people feel. I never understood why. Now I know. So like, yeah, I know how to control and protect my energy now. But anyway, um, that happened. And for me, it kind of now I understand because it's like I'm a shaman, I'm a medium, I'm a psychic. I'm still learning all these terms and stuff, but I'm learning I have a lot of gifts. And I'm in the line of service, right? So for me, it's like I guess so, right? But that happened. Um, I had a lack of confidence because my daddy had passed away. Um, and just a lot of lack of self-confidence within my body. My appearance. Because it's like, I mean, I had big boobs. I had big boobs. But baby, I had like a half of a little booty. But anyway, that was like one of my little issues or whatever. My smile, but it's like I got to the point to where I realized ain't nobody gonna love me how I love me, right? So yeah, I could date this person, talk to that person, mingle with that person, but my love can go unmatched, okay? Because it's like ain't nobody gonna love me how I want to be loved because I'm not even loving me how I want to be loved. I didn't love me how I wanted somebody to love me. So you know how they be like, you gotta love you before somebody else love you, or for somebody to love you. Like, how could you not love yourself and expect others to love you? So after reciprocating that and like, getting that down pack, I'm like, bitch, you the shit. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Okay. And guess what? I don't mind telling a woman she's beautiful. I'd have been on the public, girl, you pretty. And it surprised people because a lot of people don't do that. There's a lot of us who uplift others. Like, I ain't no hating bitch. I admire beauty. Okay. God made all kind of beauties. I don't mind telling somebody look nice. Um, and when you half-ass on loving yourself, motherfuckers gonna half-ass you. It's not until you like love all of you for you being uniquely you, because can't nobody be you how you can be you with all your you-ness. Okay. When you realize that shit you've been through makes you unique in your own skin, right? When you realize that, that's when these little flaws you got, they ain't gonna mean shit. Can't a motherfucker tell me something I don't already know. And then I'm gonna be like, so worry about yourself. Yeah. Worry about your motherfucking self. Um, um, you shouldn't need materialistic things to make you feel bad on the inside. Um, I learned like food make me happy, period. I love food. But I've learned how different things I eat make me feel. So it's like when you say loving yourself how you want to be loved, that goes along with like loving yourself and treating yourself goes the same. Because if you love yourself on the highest level, you're going to treat yourself like that. You feel me? Like, if you just got like a high level of love for yourself, you're going to have a high level of respect for yourself. It's going to be shit you're not even going to accept. You know, Stop shit, turn shit around at the door. The only approval you should be seeking is approval from God and approval from self. Okay? Anybody outside this body and it ain't God, the fuck, they can't tell you shit. How they gonna tell you how they gonna tell you your shit stink when they shit stink? Worry about yourself, sir, ma'am. Anyway, um, what kind of helped me build my confidence, I started like taking care of myself. So I was like washing my hair every 2 weeks. Kid you not. Bitch transition from getting perms to being natural. Like that's how I was in tune. I was like, oh, 2 weeks, time to shampoo and deep condition this thing. And I was deep conditioning my hair for like 30 minutes. Time to shampoo and deep condition this thing. And I'm talking my hair was flourishing. I didn't have a face routine. I was just like cleaning my face with alcohol. Cause my skin was real oily. Anyway, so self-love, loving on yourself, taking care of yourself. So I learned how to do my own hair. I got tired of paying people ridiculous prices and not liking stuff. I got tired of trusting people to do my hair and just shit don't come out how I want it to be, or it don't look how it should look, or it don't look lookable. Shit. Started doing my own, like I've been doing my own nails, but like got pissed off with going to pay to get my nails done. What had really had drew the line for me? So I like to wear my nails long or whatever. This not long. So people say this long, but like this is not my norm. Like my norm is like right here, and it probably a little bit longer too. Like once it grows. But anyway, I could function with nails. It ain't nobody business about my nails. But anyway, my nails were long or whatever, and it was a certain color I had. The color was running low. The lady was like, Lu Long Ming Ming Ying Ying Kim. She was like, the color for you? I'm like, yeah, I want that color. She said, it's not enough for you. So I'm looking, I said, it ain't enough for me. My bitch told me getting her nails in since the 5th grade. And at this point, I was in like around this time, I'm tapping into myself like that. I was in 10th grade. So I'm like, you know how long I've been getting my nails done? I know when y'all run low on the color, and this before gel was like a thing. This is when everybody was still getting regular polish, sitting dry, right? So she like, not enough for you. So my mom like, bitch, you better put some thinner in that shit. Yeah, I know what thinner is. Put some thinner in there and make it thin enough to finish this. She say, I need for other customer. The really popular color. So I'm like, bitch, I ain't no customers. This bitch wanna do my nails free. So I'm like, no, I'm gonna have to pay for it. I said, okay. I went to getting up. She's like, no, I do it for you. But next time, get a color with lot. Mama, I'm like, bitch, you're not finna charge me $80 motherfucking dollars for a fucking filling. Cause I like the designs for a fucking filling and to polish my toes. And it ain't even gonna be the color I like. But you ain't finna set no guidelines for the color I want. It's just me, like, you know. She had me fucked up though. So I'm like, why me? Like, why the fuck she had to try me like that? Like, do I look tribal? Do I look like I ain't gonna say nothing? So I was like, okay. It was the moment when she saw me getting ready to leave that she decided to go ahead and polish my nails. Before that, she went and got a color and was like, "You want this color? It look like this." But I was like, "No, I want this." Anyway, so I started doing my own nails heavily. I started doing them how I liked them to be done, and I was doing my own hair, and like I was loving the fuck out of myself. Um, like people say little shit, and like people used to be like, "Oh," like boys. I was a tomboy, so they used to be like, boy, you ain't got no ass. You ain't got no ass." And I used to be like, "Shit, it's enough. It's enough. My nigga, like, it's enough. You see it? Little booties matter." I used to be stressing and shit. Bitch had a whole pinchy pinch. Whole pinchy pinch. Um, anyway, I don't call myself a bitch out to like disrespect myself. No. Um, I fuck with myself. I don't fuck with people like that. Like, if I was chit chatting with a female, I don't want to be on, "Oh, bitch." No, nah. Only I can do that to me. Okay? Because I ain't gonna call nobody out their name. But it's just a figure of speech. Like, bitch, sorry. It's just a figure of speech. Anyway. So lift yourself up. Because ain't nobody else gonna lift you up how you can lift you up. God gonna lift you up. But you gotta help him lift you up. You know, like you gotta help him help you. You know, don't nobody want to help somebody who not even trying to help themselves. Because I know somebody be like, "Oh, can you help me?" When you ask for help, they mean you trying. If you ain't trying, you might as well just be like, "Can you do it for me?" Um, yeah, I used to feel like someone was wrong with me. Like I used to feel like something was wrong with me. I used to feel super weird because like I ain't really used to care about parties and stuff like that. Like I have my moments where I want to go party and get fucked up or whatever, but I never had a phase where I just like went to like party every weekend. That just wasn't me. I mean, ain't nothing wrong with that shit. Have fun, live your life. Woohoo. It just wasn't me. I don't like being around people like that. Like, I'm sociable. Like, I'm the most sociable, anti sociable person, you know. Like, I do well socially. I'm sociable, but I'm not finna just go put myself in no fucking crowd of people constantly. I like to be aware of my surroundings. When it's like a crowd of people, it's too much going on. For me, it's too many energies that I be feeling. Um, so I used to feel like something was wrong with me because I ain't used to want to go party. People used to wear certain things. I didn't used to care. Certain things used to be trending. I used to be like, oh, whatever. People be watching certain shows I wouldn't watch because everybody was watching them. Certain things I didn't care to wear, even if I liked it, because everybody was wearing it. I don't know. It just felt like I was different, and I knew I was different, but I embraced it though. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't be out here feeling like a weirdo and putting yourself down. Like, bitch, if you feel weird, embrace all that weird shit. Somebody out this bitch gonna love it for real. Somebody gonna love you with all your weirdness because they probably weird too. um, Woman's intuition, right? So I used to think like in high school, I used to be like, I ain't no woman yet. But bitch, that woman's intuition told me that nigga wasn't shit. It told me he was lying, blah blah blah, whoop the whoop. And now I'm finding out that it ain't got nothing to do with a woman. It's just your intuition, period. Everybody got intuition. right? Everybody got intuition. It's that little people like, oh, something told me not to do it. I wish I would have listened. I wish you would have listened to your intuition too. Because that's what it is. And it's like, I'm learning now. If you feel it, believe it. You ain't feeling that way for no reason. No, your body is like a energy detector. That shit pick up on bad vibes. So if you get around somebody and you just feel like not yourself, it's a reason why. It's a whole reason why. Um, a lot of us have to learn how to trust ourselves, right? When we was just born like a baby, naked baby. We weren't born with clothes on. We ain't come with no food package. I mean, but within the little body, right? The same thing you got now, it just grew. Your heart, all your organs and stuff, your limbs, all that stuff is the same. It just expanded, right? So that's pretty much like what God expects us to do with our gifts. He expects us to nurture, grow, expand them, right? Like how you do a new baby. Yeah, He wants you to do that to your gifts. Because it's like, He ain't just gave you that shit just to not give it to you. Sometimes He be like, nah, I could have gave that shit to somebody to around the corner. Like, perfect example. When I find out people can sing, like can blow, and I mean make your skin crawl, give you goosebumps, blow. I be like, ooh, and then they don't be wanting to sing. I be like, shit, I wish you could give me your voice. God knew, look, God knew not to give me no voice. Real talk. He knew, like, I could sing a little bit or whatever. But he knew not to give me no fucking Jasmine Sullivan, Jennifer Hudson, uh, um, K Michelle. Okay, he ain't gave me one of them blow you out the water voices. He knew not to do that shit. I would have been around here like, hello, and how are you today? What's your name? I'm Janae. What's your name? Hey. For real, like, what? Okay, pull up Chick-fil-A. Hello, how can we help you? Can I have a chicken noodle soup, baby, with some extra crackers? I want a vanilla shake and a chocolate chip cookie. Like, for they be like, what the fuck? Shut up. They be like, shut the fuck up. Like, y'all think people been going through that drive-through to my chicken wing, hot dog and bologna, chicken and macaroni. I'm chilling with my homies. Yeah, you call my phone, I'm chilling with my homies. I be singing everything. That's what I'm saying. That's why he gave me no voice like that. The fuck? Who the fuck gonna have that voice? Bitch, I'm finna be boastful and let everybody hear. That look. He knew what he was doing. He know what gifts to give me. He was like, yeah, that child right there, she a grateful one. She gonna use everything you give her. Y'all, she resourceful. Uh-uh. Cut back on the vocals a little bit. No, she loud enough. Oh. being happy and the skin I'm in. Yeah, I already said that shit. I love you. How you want to be loved? Ooh, shout out to me. Okay. Um, so I believe this channel, I'm just gonna like share my experiences or whatever. And that's just the beginning, cause that's just like for people to help like their kids or whatever. But on some other things, um, like how to walk away from situations that do not serve you. I'm becoming a master at it. um, a lot of us are waking up though. Um, our tribes is calling us. They's waking us up. Okay, I hate it when I sound super country like that because I normally don't. But anyway, they waking us up. We got work to do. Um, some of us like more knocked out than others were, and so it's gonna take more of us like to help us. You know, um, now I don't know, get on this shit and do this shit for a check. Cause first of all, if you really tapped in with Source sign your checks. Period. So like I don't even know how this fucking YouTube shit work. All I know is, okay, I'm an obedient motherfucker in this lifetime. So when God be like, go over there, I be like, what you say? You say what, God? I got you. And I go. He be like, nah, walk away from that. Walk away from what I'm in. Leave this. I bet. Pew. I don't. He be like, daughter, jump. How high? God, how high? Do I need to keep jumping? Like, nah. I'll ask why. You know, he say, cut them off. I be like, how many? All of them? You say, okay. They are okay. And it might be painful, but that pain, that the little loss that you might feel, the joy he gonna bring is way greater, right? So, um, yeah, I don't know. Like, I guess I just have to get on here. I be getting downloads and stuff, little things I should share. But whenever I do, I guess I'll just come on here. I know, it was some things I had put aside to say. Um, Let me find it. Dang, I don't even know. I guess I have to wait because the phone that I had it in, I don't see it. Oh no, my baby must have it. Or it must have had it because he sleep. What's the remote? Um, um, yeah, I think I don't know. I was thinking about doing a separate channel where I could read. Um, then I have to figure out a setup and stuff like y'all. I'm just a beginner or whatever, and I ain't afraid to say it. I ain't no fucking master or none of that yet. I'm just starting to indulge in my gifts. Um, yeah, I just have to wait to share that because I don't know where it's at. It disappeared just like that. Mm, I don't know. Where's it? Yeah, like I think I'd rather have like a different setup, like to read cards. Cause like ain't no real way to I'm just gonna end this and maybe I'll find it. But yes. So this channel is just for me to do one of my jobs. And that's to help heal people with by telling my testimony or whatever. Um Certain downloads I get my big issue is like exposure. Spirit say what? I was like exposure. Spirit say what? Huh? Didn't you accept that job? I did. I was like, I'm ready to work, y'all. What y'all need me to do? So, I don't really, and then the thing is, it's like, I feel called to try to share my experience with teenage girls, but I don't feel like my mouth tameable for children. Like, I mean, teenagers, they. So for me, it's like I would rather an adult or a guardian parent or whoever like share it with them. Um, I'm gonna post like an email and stuff. Um, cause a lot of things I don't share, and like I don't want to just be like getting on here and just like blabbering. Um, like I don't know. I want to help people. I hate for people to like to suffer and struggle. Like I don't know, like I will dead ass fucking boohoo cry behind knowing somebody had to suffer or something like that. Like, hmm, I love children. I love children. So it's like thinking about it, I didn't really have any, I didn't really have no support like that. And to be honest, I only had like three friends, 3 or 4 friends. I had trust issues. I felt like everybody was out to get me. I feel like everybody was gonna judge me. Um, I felt like nobody understood me. I felt like nobody cared about me. I felt like I wasn't worthy of having friends or worthy of being a friend. Um, I beat myself up a lot about a lot of things that I shouldn't have beat myself up about. And I really had to learn how to love on myself to really pull myself up out of it. I had to learn how to love on myself. Because a lot of times when we call to do certain jobs, like I know I'm guided by the divine and protected by the divine because of what's been revealed to me. It's been shit done to me without me knowing about it. Like that's what I mean. Like, and I mean gangs of motherfuckers, like on a spiritual level. For me, I'm like, that's some weak ass, coward ass shit for motherfuckers to have to gang up on me and me not even know I'm being ganged up on. That's some real coward ass shit. But it's like when people realize who you are before you know who you are, a lot of people will project their fears onto you. And I had to realize that that's been happening to me for a while. It's been people I dated, and people that I dealt with, people that I turned down who did shit to me. And I'm not talking about just no rumor type shit. Like, spirit, God, my ancestors, my spiritual game revealed, first of all, the gang revealed itself to me. Okay. My tribe found me. I ain't know nothing about this tribe shit till they went to popping up, and I went to digging in, and I went to like a mystic store or whatever, to get sage and all this stuff when I was just like tapping into it. And they had like the statues on the wall. Baby, they called me. Okay. So I know now who the fuck I am. I know my path. I know what the fuck I'm here to do. And I know why. I'm learning shit about my bloodline. It's a whole motherfucking reason why my daddy was old, and why on his side, I'm the youngest child on his side, but like I don't have like no cousins or nothing like that in my age. So it's like all the family, my daddy's side, they old. They old. And they like old. Like a lot of them died off old. But it's being revealed to me that it's that way for a reason, right? So for me, after a lot of things have been confirmed to me as far as who I am, my gift, my powers, how powerful I am, and all this other shit, like that was another thing. Like I would listen to tarot on here, like I don't know, as a kid, in middle school, like in reading literature class, whatever. You know how you had to read an article and then write like a summary about it or whatever. I would always fucking read zodiac signs. I'd read mine for that day, my friends, or my boyfriend if I had one, or whoever I liked at the time. So it's just been revealed to me. And then like I used to like to look at the stars and shit like that. And I don't know, it was just so intriguing to me. I used to think about, I used to be like, dang, Harriet Tubman really led people to freedom by the stars. You know what I'm saying? Like different stuff like that used to resonate with me. Along my awakening, a lot of things were revealed to me about people. A lot of things was revealed to me about myself. Like God was like, let her know she not crazy. Make her understand why she's so sensitive. Because like I could be in front of you and feel how you feel. Like I pick up people auras like that. We could be on the phone and you could be telling me a story about somebody. And I could feel how they felt when they went through whatever they went through that you're telling me about. So I never really knew I was dealing with other people's energy. I used to think that I was just fucking overly emotional and crazy and shit like that and just sensitive. Correct, I was sensitive, but I didn't have the correct understanding of sensitive. I'm sensitive to others' energy. which means a lot of times when certain things happen, I pick up on that energy too. Like when the pandemic first hit, when it really, really got crazy, I had just had my second child. And I was hearing about all the people passing away, and they were showing the dead bodies from, what was it, Russia? In the street and stuff. So, and when I was seeing that, I don't know, whenever I see or hear about something, I could feel the energy and be able to tell what the fuck going on. And I used to always hate that shit, like where certain things would happen to certain kids and certain people. I pick up on the energy and I hear the story and I be like, that's some bullshit. That ain't what the fuck happened. Blah blah blah, whoop 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 whoop. So, also, you know who I am. Um, I am aware of the attacks I open myself to being in the public eye. But I want to let those people who like to prey on people and try to steal their powers and project and all this other shit, don't fuck with me. I am divinely protected. God don't play about me. Spirit don't play about me. My angels, my ancestors, oh no, they don't fucking play. All right. My loved ones, they don't play either, because I break generational curses. I help people break generational curses. So, with that being said, I ain't the one to be fucked with. Okay? I ain't it. I return shit back to senders times 10. You feel me? On top of me doing it, the spiritual gang do it. So don't be having shit coming at you 10 and 20 and 30 and 100 fold because you fucking with the wrong one. Okay? I rock with the highest vibing white light. That's it. Okay? Of source. That's it. And depending on your religion, that resonates with you, however that resonates with you. With me is God. Okay? All that evil eye shit, it get returned back to you. I'm protected on different levels. I have different levels of protection, baby. And they let me know, like, I guess you can call me a spiritual investigator. But the thing is, I don't even really certain things, like they'll bring certain things to me for me to dig into, to get understanding and to find out about it. So I mean, like in dreams, music, a movie, any goddamn thing. But I'm just on here to get my job done. To spread love, light, peace, and happiness. Okay. Both sides are balanced. Okay, I'm divine. So it's shit balanced over here, you understand me? My feminine side and my masculine side. I know how to tap into both effectively. I'm not one for negativity. So it's like, people who like to spread negativity and say bad things and all this, that, and the third. Find somebody child, find your child to play with, pick up some toys, go play with it. Uh Download a game, play that game. Don't play with me. Um because my spiritual game will kick your ass before I even have a chance. They'll kick your ass before they tell me what you did and before they tell me that they handled it. Because a lot of times I don't have to do nothing. I don't have to do nothing. I can if I want to, but I don't have to do nothing. And I don't feel shit I can see or a thing I can't see. Okay. What I fear is how you said in the 11th round. Okay. So that means I ain't afraid of spiritual attacks. The last motherfucker who tried to spiritually attack me, actually made room for an upgrade. Okay. So that's what I'm saying. Like, a lot of times people don't know that. And that's one of the things I'm here to help share with people. Like, don't be scared of all this extra shit going on around you that you don't see. It ain't for you to worry about. Like, on some fear shit. Like, God don't instill fear in us. Anything fearful, it ain't a spirit or anything from God. That ain't him. Nah. See, fear is like a spirit of the coward, that weak ass motherfucker. That's where fear come from. You see, it has to impose and instill fear inside of a motherfucker who ain't scared of shit. Okay? It gotta make you scared of some shit to stop you from some shit. Understand, if it's trying to stop you from some shit, don't let it stop you. So it's like, for me, I'm just minding my business, really worry about me and my kids, get my shit together. I ain't worried about nobody. I don't care about nobody. I don't care about what nobody got going on. You feel me? Like, that's my energy. But nah, spirits say, well, and the crazy thing is, it's like, I could feel it. Like, if I tell you I pick up on people's energy, the worst thing you can do is be silent around me when you really got ill will or ill intentions around towards me. That's the worst thing you can do. Because by you not saying any words, I'm feeling all your energy even more. And then the thing is, you can't even really throw off how I'm feeling. And like, through this, I had to cut off. I ain't even really had that many people to cut off. Everybody got cut off. Everybody. Besides, I could say a couple people. A couple, literally, maybe two. And I'm distancing myself from one of them because I understand the spiritual attack that's going on right now over the chosen ones, over, us messengers, us workers. I'm a messenger, I'm all that. So I just like, God, use me however. And I'm realizing that's why that shit tried to come take me out. Because I'm a loyal, faithful servant. And I don't mind telling you that. I don't mind telling whoever is inquiring. But Learn how to go within yourself. I'm learning that. And I used to always be like even as a little girl, I never understood like why the fuck we gotta pay for lights? Why we gotta pay for water? First of all, water comes from the earth. Why do we have to pay for a natural resource? All this other stuff, right? But um it's being revealed to me why. Like I'm a fucking humanitarian. Um Learn about shit from past lives. And it's all helping me. Like when I set my mind on something, I don't play about it. I figure out everything that entails to checking that shit the fuck off, right? But I feel like a lot of times we'll set up for a goal to accomplish a goal, but then life happens. But it's like we gotta realize life gonna keep happening because it ain't nowhere in the Bible. God ain't told nobody it was gonna be easy. I ain't never heard him say that in Sunday school and church or none of that stuff. I never heard that. So, um, and that's kind of been a thing along my journey. I just can't give up now. I've come too far from where I started from. Nobody told me the road would be easy. And I don't believe he brought me this far to leave me here. So that was my song from like, I probably wasn't like, whenever that song came out, I was a little jit, 7, 8 years old. But I had my own radio and I loved music. And that was my song. I would sing my heart out. And see, it was also revealed to me that my daddy knew who I was. Because he was like, keep your head in the books. And it's being revealed to me. He was like, I graduated high school, not high school, I graduated college, right? And I'm like, I'm done. I'm going to take a break. I wanted to go back and get my PH and then be like an African American literature teacher because the African American literature teacher I had, she was lit. That woman taught me things that I did not know. And that's also a thing. I kind of want to like teach people about like our history. You know what I'm saying? Um, but anyway, excuse me. Learn how to go with things so you don't go without. Because back in the day, right? Like way centuries ago, that's all we knew. All we knew was how to tap in. We didn't have all these distractions. Like, and then another thing that used to make me feel like I was weird is like things would happen and I'd be like, so everybody don't forgot about what's really going on. They gonna let this distraction fucking like, okay, this has been my thing since the pandemic. Has anyone fucking noticed? I ain't the only one. Has anybody fucking noticed? It ain't even been like a real hurricane season. I'm from down south. Nobody noticed, like, first of all, around 2015, it just started getting to the point to where they had to evacuate. Nah, out of my whole fucking life, I only had to evacuate one time, and that was because of some hurricane that didn't even really come. But since 2015, them hurricanes are getting fucking worse and worse, and it's been causing people to spend more money. It's been causing people to dig more holes and get themselves unstable financially, right? More and more. Nobody ever really noticed that shit. But now the pandemic here, the South, we ain't even really had no fucking hurricane season. So I'm like, well, shit, the hurricanes forgot to come? Or the hurricanes ain't want to catch Rona? Little shit like that. Like, I started following Dr. Sebi probably like 2 years, a year and a half before Nipsey died. But I'm saying all this to say, when there's people out here talking about shit and doing shit that doesn't have a positive impact collectively on the whole, they get glorified, they live long as fuck. Nothing really bad ever happens to them. Has anybody ever really noticed the ones who actually really be trying to help people? It should be happening to them. And it'd be like, for me, like, I learned firsthand, whatever the fuck the media say, I don't believe that shit. I read that shit and I gather out what the fuck, what I feel like probably really happened. Like, all this shit is an illusion. I used to be like, why are there so many distractions? Why is everybody letting this distract them? Why are they letting that distract them? Like, it really used to get on my nerve. And I understand now. I understand. I understand. Okay? They don't want nobody to help nobody. They want us killing each other and shit. But that ain't it. They want us killing each other. They want us to stay crabs in a bucket. They don't want us to help each other. Like, but I'm gonna go. All I'm gonna say is, last but not least, be great. Always be great. Don't half-ass shit. Cause it's like, you get an opportunity to do something your first try. You can't never redo that first try. It's okay to make mistakes, to fall down, long as you get the fuck back up. Okay? Pull yourself back up by the boot, scrap them things up and keep it moving. Okay? Because normally after you go through one trial, one test, one tribulation, you have others. Okay? Life is like a big ass lesson. Take note of the shit you're learning. Take note of the things that you need to be aware of. Don't make the same mistake twice. If you make the same mistake twice, okay, let it be twice. Don't let it be 3 and 4 and 5 and 10 and 20 and 30 in a habit. It's easier to make habits. It's easier to create a habit than it is to break a habit. It's easier to not be focused than to get on track and stay focused and be focused. It is easier for most of us to do the wrong thing than to do the right thing. And the right thing is really what's right by you and what makes you feel good. A lot of times we fall for things we shouldn't fall for. A lot of things we look over things we should pay attention to. It's not that we ain't strong, we're really strong as fuck. It's the lack of knowledge. It's not enough of us passing down the knowledge, our knowledge, our history. A lot of our shit was taken from us. They turned us against a lot of our shit. There was a point in my life when I was afraid of certain things. I was afraid to listen and to try to learn about certain things. Now I ain't scared of shit. I ain't scared of shit. Like, after the shit I experienced and shit I done seen, can't nothing but God scare me. Okay? And that's on somehow I look at it like not being obedient. Because I done seen some shit happen to people. I done witnessed God fall back. Like, that's what you want to keep doing that? You going that way. You going that way. That's how I say. Self-destruct. That's where you going? And they be like, yeah, that's where I'm going. It's fun over there. It's lit. You're like, all right. I ain't coming with you, but all right. And you go on about your business and get fucked up. And when I say get fucked up, I mean like life have its way with you. Like, bitch be tossing you back and forth. If I bend it like this, would she break? Like, I mean, it's like a lot of us too strong for that weak shit. A lot of us know we too strong for that weak shit. It's like, God be like, he just gonna sit there with all the muscle I gave him. Or she just gonna sit there with all that fucking wisdom and knowledge I gave her. She's just gonna sit there. It's actually like a form and a sign of disrespect when he gives you with something and you don't do anything with it. Anything. That's like that's like him giving you a baby and you don't feed the baby. You ain't taking care of it. You ain't nurturing it. Gifts are like babies. And a lot of times the enemy or the ops would be so motherfucking jealous of you. You'd be like, look at her. That bitch can sing. I wish I could sing. Or look at her. She write her own music. I wish I could write my own music. Or she do hair. What? I'm finna do hair too. That bitch do hair in her kitchen. I'm finna go to a shop. Like, don't just like sit on your gift. You know what I'm saying? Like how they say, use it or lose it. You will lose it. Or if you misuse it, you will lose it. Yeah. Heavy on that. Cause I was trying to figure out, like, as Spirit was revealing certain things to me, I'm like, everybody got all these gifts. what I'm learning is when motherfuckers do shit to you and you minding your own fucking business, when you that motherfucker and they don't know you that motherfucker, and they fucking with you, man, all I'm gonna say is don't get your shit taken by doing the wrong thing. I was just minding my business, y'all. I'm just minding my business, working. You know what I'm saying? Getting right for my babies. And motherfucker doing work on me. Like love, beauty, death. Yeah. And it was the last dark night of the soul for me that caused me to evolve. That shit taught me how to go within. Like, I got a message about that. So I'm like, about that. How the fuck I'm supposed to read these cards? I bought my first deck. I don't know if I'm gonna upload that video, y'all. I don't think it was a good hair day for me. Like I used to get my hair cut, but I think I had braids. I think I had braids in that one. And I think it was time for them braids to come out. But anyway, it was me reading cards myself for myself that allowed me to keep tapping in. And I bought my first deck in December. I think in December. If it wasn't the end of December, maybe it was January or something like that. But anyway, got the deck and I think my fourth time my sixth time probably, I wasn't really looking at the book. I was really looking at the card like, damn, this card made me feel like this, this card made me feel like that. Okay, damn, this card, what are you saying to me? Feeling the card, getting them, like, I learned how intuitive I am. And see, a lot of times when we're intuitive, we second guess ourselves or we doubt ourselves or whatever. But we don't give ourselves the respect that we should. But you need to know you are that motherfucker. Somebody need to know they that motherfucker. Okay? I don't care what you going through, what you done been through. Okay? Because a wise man told me once, you got to go through motherfucking hell to get through heaven. Is this hell we're living in or not? You don't have to die to experience heaven. You have to sell your soul to experience that shit either. You don't. You don't at all. Don't be a victim to your mind. I'm a thinker. I like to figure shit out. I'm not the one that you let dwell on some shit. I'm the one you need to clear that shit up with the moment it's jumbled up. Cause you let me sit and you think about some shit, I'm going, I got the story. bitch, this happened, then that happened. I know this happened before that happened, because when this happened, such and such happened. And if that happened when that happened, then that had to happen before this happened, and that had to happen before. I'm gonna put some shit together. A lot of times I'm led to things I need to see. Or it's like exposed to me, like boom. You see it, and I be like, oh, I can't help but see it. Know that you got, and I be telling my son this shit. I tell him he's 6. I don't play with him. You got everything you need inside of you. Everything. It's the reason why you weren't born with no backpack or nothing like that. It's intended for you to grow and nurture everything within you as you grow. Yeah. He know he a young shaman. He know. And see, that's the thing. Like, I'm open to sharing my experiences because it annoys me the lack of knowledge we have when it comes down to certain things. But it's like, I can't be too annoyed because in order for somebody to know something, somebody got to tell them. It's like, and then I get on YouTube and I'm seeing all these people, and it's like, I know it was like a mass awakening. So I'm like, I know it's different when you say I accept the job. It's different when you say you accept it, and it's another thing when you show up for your first day at work. Y'all. And it's my first day at work. It's my first day at work. I like to talk. But I'm gonna end this. Peace and blessings to everybody. Stay prayed up.